Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So I did post a video the other day, and I'll put a link down below in the description to this particular video right here. A lot of people have been skeptical about what it is. They're saying it's clouds, it's actually a building, or even just, maybe an island or something like that. But you guys see this plane is flying pretty low. So I got a follow-up video coming up with this in a couple days. I want to show you guys some comparisons to other videos of even UFOs and planes actually flying at this height, and reasons why I think it's probably not that. Now, this could be one of a million and one things, but right now I'm just still calling this as unidentified. That's why we say UFO, unidentified flying object. And this is actually not flying, but it could be stationary there. So there's a whole video on this out there on my channel. There's a lot of communication going back and forth, and it's actually pretty interesting. Some of the comments I've read about it have been this is some kind of ghost ship, or ghost ship not meaning on the land but actually in the air. People have talked about possibly being something that resembles the Manhattan Project, to Black projects, and everything else, but I actually think it's pretty interesting. So I'm looking at a lot of you guys' comments on it. Some actually good feedback for this. But one of the reasons why I'm showing this, because I actually got a video, the full video of something that I showed a while back. I couldn't find the full video and I couldn't get it clear, but I'm going to quit my yapping real quick. I'm going to go ahead and let this play real quick. I'm probably going to let it play once or twice. It's actually pretty quick. So there it is there. I'm going to actually play this again. This is the actual full video, and it's actually pretty clear now. If you guys didn't catch it, a UFO actually flies through that particular cloud. It takes some of the cloud away when it flies through it. Now, this is my first time seeing the whole video that this person had. I was actually able to get a hold of this, and I'm going to slow this down so you guys can see this. And then I'll zoom in just a little bit as well. This is actually some pretty good footage, and that's the reason why I'm showing this. I showed it before, but I only showed a brief, there it is right there. I only showed a brief video of it. It was actually up close. It was kind of blurry and distorted. But if you slow this down, this is actually pretty interesting. I was trying to see if I could identify what the object is, but as this slows down, and I'm going to kind of pause it right here, you guys see that there. It's kind of hard to identify it. I can't really tell if it's metallic and what exact shape it is. But here it is, and there it is going through the cloud. Now, this is pretty interesting. I'm only showing this because I was just looking back at a couple of other videos that I had of particular objects and stuff like that. And it was kind of hard to identify some of the shape of this and what it actually resembles. A lot of these UFOs we get look a lot different. I did try to look at, for instance, the sport model that Bob Lazar claimed he worked on at Area 51 of the S4 division. And this object that we just saw in that video actually looks to be a little bit too big to be a sport model. And the shape looks to be a lot different. I know Bob Lazar talked a lot about that, and guys, I do have videos coming up on Bob Lazar. I'm going to answer a lot of the questions that a lot of people are asking about him as far as him working at Area 51 in the S4 division, the sport model he worked on. And then I also have a video, I should have that out probably by the end of the month, talking about the sport model more in depth and some of the functionalities as far as what Bob said he worked on. He only worked on the proportion system of it, but he talked a lot about that in some of the video clips I'm actually going to put out for it. So that'll be pretty interesting. I'm also going to compare it to the ARV. And we actually have footage of this actually flying. I'm going to show this to you. This is probably the only footage I think that we can see this actually pretty clear flying. And there it is there. It flies on its side just like Bob said. And actually turned, and then actually it just kind of flew away. So I kind of thought that object was resembling this somewhat, but it wasn't. It didn't have metallic to it. And then this one right here, as you guys know, one that Jeremy Corbell got some information from some Navy pilots. I think it was back in 2018 or something, that they actually got a photo of this object. And the object that we saw in the previous video, you just don't see any really color to it. And then we also have this video too. This was shot a couple of years ago, so we are having, of course, more videos, and I've showed this on my channel, of this particular object flying, but it's actually moving slower, way slower than the other object was. And then we also have Ed Walters. He had some footage out in the early 90s. I do believe some of the footage he put out was actually legit. This is kind of what fascinated me with some of these video clips he has. It's kind of distorted because it is an old video clip from VHS. But you guys see this here? And then it's just going to shoot away. And it's fast. So I'm going to slow this down just a little bit. So I was trying to compare some of these older video clips to the previous one. And I mean, this one comes closely resembling to that particular object that we saw flying through those clouds. And then of course I have some, like this one's actually from South Korea, but none of them seem to be going as fast as that very first clip. This one right here, you guys see is kind of flying through, and they're actually able to record it as it's flying. So, and it looks like it may have a little light or something shiny underneath it. I'm not 100% sure. It could be something reflecting off of it. And then we have the ever famous video that was shot by a pilot a long time ago of this particular object here. And the only thing speed-wise is going to be this video here. We kind of went through this the other day. I'm not going to go through every single one we saw, but this has actually been slowed down to 1/8 of the original speed, and that was already slowed down. You guys see several objects. There are people saying they were birds, but they're actually too big and too fast to be birds. So I'm not sure what to make of this one, but I did want to at least touch subject on it again and let you guys know and see this video, because it's actually a lot clearer than the one I put out before. So as always, if you guys have heard anything about this, know the exact location or anything like that, let me know. Put it down in the comments, because I do rely on you guys for a lot of information too. But this is actually one that's pretty interesting, and I don't think this one's ever been debunked or anyone's actually come forward with it. I don't even know if the original person who filmed it came forward with it. But anyway, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, put your comments down below, share this with your friends, share these on social medias, and I always appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.